What up guys, Reality here, bringing you a little commentary from one of my friends. I asked him to send me in a video because he's been with me since the start of my channel, and I looked at his channel and he's only got about 400 subs. And I told him, you know what, we need to get you a bigger audience. So hopefully you guys like what he has to offer, because a lot of commentators go unnoticed and he definitely deserves to get noticed. So if you like what he has to offer out of this video, go check out his channel. He's got a sexy British accent, got great gameplay, great HD quality, and overall a great person. Go check it out if you like what you see here. Alright, and in the comments below, let me know what map you want to see me cover next: Trailer Park, Vacant, or Strike, because I've already done Fuel and Carnival, and here's another edition of Fuel for you guys. Alright guys, peace out, be back on Wednesday.
What's up guys, on JLG Reality's channel, I'm the FPS Jerry, and JLG Reality's kindly let me put this video up on his channel. It's a pretty good game. It's on the new map pack on Fuel, and I'm just not really much to introduce about myself really, other than I'm the FPS Jerry and I post Call of Duty videos like many other people. But I've got a few ideas and series that I'm going to do on my channel coming up in the future, so you guys come and check out my channel if you want to see some of that. So basically in this video, I'm not going to talk too much about the gameplay. It's going to be more about my thoughts on the Resurgence package. And anyway, this gameplay was with the L86 LSW and grip, the only British gun in the game, yes. I really didn't expect to get a score like this in this game. I basically just decided to get this gun out just for a laugh, because I'd not been having a great run of games. So I got this gun out and just thought, what the hell, I'm just going to use it for the laugh of it, and I did pretty well. It was defensive play, I'm going to say, but I got a beast KD. So I was speeding up this bit. I also speed up another bit of the video just purely because it's too long and I don't want to. Well, it was over 11 minutes and I brought it down to just over 10, I think, so I don't bore you guys for 11 minutes full. So I'm going to give my thoughts on Fuel first. Basically, I think it's too big. That's the lowdown on it. I mean, there's a huge tumour, I could say. It's like a brain and a tumour. It's got a huge big lump on the side of the map full of open space with rocks and a few like oil refinery areas. And I just don't see the point of it. I mean, I have used that area a couple of times to run all the way around the map, but I still don't see the point of it. It just makes the map like a battlefield map where you spend half an hour flanking, and I just think it doesn't work in Modern Warfare 2, so I think that's a bit too big. And then the middle area, which is where all the main stuff goes on, it's just full of like 3-story buildings, which are just way too big, and people camp in them like I do for a bit of this game. But I do that just to get this B score. And like I said, there's just too many camping spots, and it just means this map is so slow for team deathmatches especially. And then I just don't really like it particularly. I mean, it's an alright map, but I just think it's too big. I just don't think it's that great. And then I'm going to move on to Carnival next, which is probably the second, I'm going to say second best of the Resurgence map pack, with the first being Strike. I'll get onto that in a minute though. Carnival I really like. It's the best out of the 3 new maps in my opinion. I think it's fairly well balanced. There's a few second story areas, but I think overall the map's pretty nice. It's great looking. That's one thing I love about this map pack, is everything looks so nice. Except Vacant. I think Vacant's too green. They've like added a green tinge to all the walls and everything. But apart from that, Strike looks great. Carnival looks great. They just all look great really. So that's a good element, but I think it's a good map. There's a lot of nice places. It's just got a lot of elements to it. I don't particularly like the roller coaster area. I just think that's a bit pointless, but it really needs to be there to make the map what it is. And overall, I think I like that map. I'm going to look forward to playing that a lot more. I'm recording this, and this gameplay was recorded only 2 days, a day and a half after map pack came out, so I'm still fairly noobish in these maps. Haven't played them too much yet, so I'm just basically defending the bomb site in this game. And so I'll move on to Trailer Park. I'd say this is the least, or joint least favourite map of this map pack. It's just too small. Shotgun, Commando, and not really Noob Tube. Well, actually yeah, there's still Noob Tube heaven going on, because down it's like got these middle areas with all the trailers where shotgun people camp in the trailers, and then it's also got this streets down the side where people can Noob Tube down. So I just don't think it's a very good map, and it's too linear. There's no second story, there's no vertical gameplay as it's called, and I just think that does prevent, well, it doesn't prevent camping because people camp in the trailers, but I think it just means more commando and you get no advantage over anyone, and I don't know, It just doesn't work out for me. It's too small for me. I have had a few good times with it with the UMP, but that's the only really time I play it is well, when I play it, I mean, is I get out the UMP or shotgun and just run around spraying people basically and doing drop shots. So I think that map's too small basically. And then there's I've left out the two old maps, right? So there's Vacant, a nice double spray there, I like that with the L86. So there's Vacant, which I think is the least favourite of mine out of the two rehashes. I just think it's terrible for one-man army noob tubes down those hallways, especially in Domination. And if someone has the outside spawn, it's just easy to rape them. They just keep spawning, and if you get an AC-130 or sentry guns, you can just absolutely kick their ass outside. It's just unreal how badly you can trap them in that area by the containers outside. So I think Vacant was a bit of a mistake. Pardon me. I think they should have maybe brought back Crossfire, maybe. I like Crossfire a lot. I'm not sure how that would go down in Modern Warfare 2, but I think it was pretty good. So I think maybe Crossfire and Strike. So overall I think Vacant's just not really suited to Modern Warfare 2, despite it being a pretty good map in COD 4. So I think it's a bit of a thumbs down on that for me. Just too much one-man army. But again, like Trailer Park, I have had a few good games where I've run around with the UMP. So it's not complete fail, but I still think it's not the best map they could have imported and rehashed. Just makes them think they've added. It just makes us think they've added more content to the map pack than they actually have. They've only really given us 3 new maps for $15 or 1200 Microsoft points or £12.50 or €12 or something like that. So anyway, and then the Strike, probably my favourite or joint favourite with Carnival out of the Resurgence. It's great. I mean, it was probably my favourite map out of Call of Duty 4, and I really liked it. I just think it's well balanced. Beside that one building with the windows where a lot of people camp, it's not too bad. I haven't had too many problems on that map, and the only problem is if you get the I'm not sure whether, I think it might be the C spawn, where it's like the market area. Sometimes if you get that spawn on really any game mode, it's quite easy if you're against a good team to get spawn trapped in that area. So that's the only downside, because they've imported the Call of Duty 4 spawns as well, which was probably a bad idea because the Call of Duty 4 spawns were pretty terrible. So they maybe should have changed up the spawns a bit, but they couldn't be asked because they're lazy. Stupid Infinity Ward are too lazy to do anything with the game, fix it. They couldn't even be bothered to fix a spawn, they just painted the walls basically, and that's it. I mean, the graphics are nice, but that's all they've done is repainted them and added a few new cars into the map. And that's about it on my lowdown of the map pack. I think overall Strike and Carnival are a good success. They're my favourite. Fuel's alright, but too big. And then Vacant is just not suited to Modern Warfare 2 in my opinion. And Trailer Park I just think it's too small and too much of a shotgun heaven. But fun can be had if you run around with shotgun secondary, or I'm going to say commando, but I was thinking more UMPs. And I'll talk a bit about this game and about how I'm playing this game here. So as you can see, I've built up a few nice kill streaks, and you may go on about me at camping, but I'm sure reality will back me up on this, that you can't play the LMG role like a submachine gun. For one, even though I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro, you cannot bring up those iron sights very quick, especially after running. And talking about running, I think the sprint speed is something like 80% of normal. It's appalling, the sprint speed, or maybe I got that percent wrong, but it's appalling anyway, the sprint speed. So you just could not run around with this gun. And like I said, as Reality has done several LMG videos, I'm sure he's talked about this in the past, that the LMG role is a supportive and defensive role. It's just a fact. I mean, and to be fair, this score I got, this pretty good KD, which I'm not sure it's going to be the title or that you'll see in the end, you can't get this kind of score on a big map like this with an LMG without camping a little bit and playing defensively. I mean, it's not as if you could complain I don't play the objective, but I guess I do, just because I don't plant the bomb. I mean, you're not meant to plant the bomb with an LMG. Like I said, it's support. I'm sitting around the bomb area. It's not as if I'm sitting out by those rocks and oil refinery areas to the right of me now. I'm sitting near B, I'm trying to kill them as they come round to B. B gets planted a few times, but I know there's one of my teammates, my good friend Dalu Commentaries, you can check out his YouTube, but I know him and a couple of other people are near B and are ready to defuse it while I hold them off. So despite what you say, this gun is hard to use, especially if you're running a gun in. And as you saw earlier, I did get a nice double spray up on those railings at the other side of the building I'm in now. So I can prove I can drop shot and use that gun fairly well from hip fire, but even though it's got high rate of fire, it's just not very accurate. The hip fire isn't the greatest because of its large crosshairs, and its accuracy is pretty bad. I mean, long range you have to burst it. It takes control. I mean, you have to learn how the recoil works. So I think it takes a decent amount of skill to use the LMGs. I'm not saying Camden takes skill or anything, but I think playing fairly defensively and keeping you cool. I mean, I was getting fairly excited because I was getting a good score after bad run of games, like I said. And I think you still need to keep you cool when you're playing this kind of good score and when you're trying to win. Because I wanted to win as well. Because I thought, right, I don't care if I get this good score. If I don't win, it's not good enough. And so you see here I win 52-2, great score. Please come and check out my channel, guys, youtube.com/thefpsjerry. Thanks to Reality for letting me put this up, and a pretty nice game there. So, like, again, come check out my channel, and I'll see you all later.